Yesterday, the program called for deadlifts and back. I went to the gym, did my warm-ups for deadlifts, and on my first set of 405 for 5, on the second rep, my nose started bleeding as I pulled the weight. Now, this happened a little over a month ago, and I was able to just wait about 20 minutes and continue the workout. I tried to do that yesterday, took paper towels, stuffed them up my nose, and it didn't work. It didn't want to stop bleeding. It was starting to give me a headache and getting annoying. So I called it for the day. I just did some abs and cardio, and today we're going back to hit those deadlifts and back day, and I'll have 2 people joining me, and that will be my brother Jay and also my father, who you haven't seen on the channel in quite some time. Now, I don't think they're going to deadlift. I might actually go a little bit early to get that out of the way, but we are going to hit back together. It's going to be a lot of fun. And a lot of people, I got really good feedback on the edit from the last video. They said I couldn't do it, and I used a Logic track, which people were surprised I knew who Logic was. I've been listening to Logic for a long time, a lot of his freestyles on YouTube. I think he's great. But some people were asking me what kind of editing software I use, how I created that edit. And I think it's important to first understand that you do not need fancy equipment to do editing. You can actually do some pretty amazing work with a cell phone and something as simple as iMovie, which is free, or whatever program you Windows users use. But I use Final Cut Pro, and I shot that mainly on this camera right here. So yes, this is an expensive setup, but I'm just saying you don't need this. I'm just showing you guys how I did it. So this is a Canon 70D, but essentially this is what I did. I want to show you guys this clip right here with the door. I had this camera facing that door handle right there. As it goes, you open the door. Boom, right there. So there I actually took the camera off the tripod, come inside the closet. I had it set up right here, so when the door opened, it would just focus right on the corner of the door. Then we got a few still shots of the shoes. I wonder what it feel like. So that right there, where it looks like that tank top is waving, what I did was I took this camera, brought it into the closet. I actually, what you couldn't see is I zoomed in so you only saw this area, and then I grabbed the top of the hanger and I went like this. So it looked like it was waving a bit, but you couldn't see any of that. So that in a little bit of slow motion gives a pretty cool effect. Now, one thing you'll notice is the lighting. I actually had this closet light off, and the lighting that I used was this. That's right, my cell phone. I used this light and shut this door, so now we're trying to let no light in. So if I shut my cell phone light, boom, it's pitch black in this closet. So I use my cell phone light as the only source of light, and I just kind of moved it around to give an effect of, you know, other lighting, when really it was just me doing this with my cell phone. So you can make pretty cool effects happen with a flashlight. Next clip. Do that shit in real life. And now I know I got it. That's the... So that's with this hoodie right here, and what I did was I held a light up here, and obviously as you turn the light, it will start to shine on different areas, and then you adjust the focus while doing that. So I had this camera here, and I was just adjusting the focus ring as I was moving the light around. And then this part, some people were asking how I got it to look red. Now you can obviously do that with color correction in your editing software, but I'll show you what I did. So we got a black and gold shirt and this light. Now if you put your finger over that light, like this, where is it? Like that, it's going to appear red. So what I was doing, see? What I was doing is I was pretty much just moving my finger around, so it would be red at some points and then gold at other points. And that is how I created that edit. And the rest of it was really just getting different camera angles in the gym, using the Sony RX100M3 that I have in my hand, my little handheld camera, and this Joby Gorilla Pod right here. So I would just set this up on different benches on the floor and just try and get whatever angles that I could. So with that said, guys, I know that you have people like Javon, let's say. The way he edits videos is incredibly well done. He has a lot of great camera equipment. This is what he does. He's been doing it for a long time. For me, I don't even really consider myself that good at all. It's something that I'm still learning. And The take-home point here is that you don't need to go dropping a ton of money on equipment to put together a cool-looking edit. Now, over time, I've been able to reinvest and get stuff like that camera, you know, a bag full of lenses and try out different things. But I started like a lot of other people are starting or are looking to start with a cell phone for filming and then a cheap like $80 Sony Handycam I bought off eBay. Then I sold that and bought something new, and I kept reinvesting over time, getting better equipment because it became something that I enjoy doing more and more. But you do not need to drop thousands of dollars on equipment to throw together an edit for YouTube, especially if it's not your full-time job. Now, I do this because I actually enjoy doing it. I love filming, I love editing, but I haven't even scratched the surface of what I can probably do. And I'm always on YouTube looking up tutorials and trying to learn more and more. But if you guys are looking to just get started, then just do it. Get started, use your phone, get a free movie editor like iMovie or something for Windows, and just play around with it, learn. It's going to take hours and hours of doing, but I've been doing it almost 5 years. And I'm still not even good. So I'm still learning over time, but it definitely takes the time. But anyway, your feedback is seriously the most important thing for me. So when you guys tell me content you want to see, when you're engaging as an audience, when you're liking the videos, when you're commenting, the more likes and the more comments I see, the more I get fired up to keep creating new and better content. When the audience retention drops off a little bit and there's not as much activity on the videos, it's not going to stop me from making videos, but then I have to think, you know, what do they want to see? What can I do next? So your feedback means everything. You guys clicking, whoa, see this exposure? I didn't even realize that. You guys clicking that thumbs up button, you leaving comments, that shows me that you guys are here, you're enjoying the content, and we're just going to keep, you know, bringing out new stuff for you all. But I'm going to go eat something quick. I think my brother said, let's see, just texted me. He's about 10 minutes away or so. I'm going to eat something, and then we're going to head off to the gym. What up, bro? Ready to lift? All right, so my brother's only deadlifted about 4 or 5 times in his life. So we're gonna go light, we're gonna get him feeling comfortable, learn a technique, learn the form, and just see how it goes. I'm sure he'll do more than fine. He's pretty gifted when it comes to athletic stuff. So we're gonna first do his foot width, and that is going to be determined by comfort level. So, you know, outside of shoulders, so that's what we're looking for. I usually use these as guides, but again, that's going to be different for everyone. A slight foot flare, so about 15 to 30 degree foot flare, and then his hands are gonna come down. You're gonna go a little bit wider than that, so it's right under your shoulder, right there. Shins look perfectly vertical, and that's where you're gonna pull from. So what you're looking to do is, what he wants to do is pull the slack out of the bar. So as he gets down into position, go ahead and grab the bar. Before that weight even comes off the ground, he should be pulling a little bit to create tension. So he's pulling himself into position right now by pulling on the bar. And then all you're gonna do is just go straight up, keeping it as close to your body as possible. There you go. Just get the head a little bit more neutral. Look down a little bit. There it is. Good. All right, so we just threw 225 on the bar. All right, so my dad just showed up. Now he's gonna try some deadlifting. You should drag up your feet all the way up. There you go. Good. Keep it close to your body. So we're united. It's me, Dad, brother Jay. We're only missing one of them. My oldest brother Mike, who lives in Texas, so he can't be here. But someday the 4 of us will all train together. All right, we got 275 on the bar right now. My program calls for 3 sets of 5 with 405. I don't know if Jay's gonna go up there. He probably could pretty easily. He's just strong as hell, but this is what I'm doing. So Jay went as high as 315. He's gonna stop it there. I think if we actually took time and worked on his technique, which doesn't really need much work, and he got the consistency, because anytime you're newer to a lift, the load is gonna feel really heavy. But he was pulling 315. I guarantee he'd be in the 400 or 500s if it was something that he really stuck with and took the time to do. So I don't know, it just blows my mind how strong he really is. But I'm about to get into my working sets. 3 sets of 5 with 405.
He took first. If we registered him for the Open, he probably still would have took first. I totally agree. You know what's interesting? I probably should have, but I remember.
Last set. When was the last time you touched that weight?
95 pounds, like 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
What'd you get?
4 or 5, something like that. So he just said all he needs to do is work on kicking them back up. What was the last you worked at, like 70 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so strength is there. The consistency is what we need. Do it. Just do it. So we got family reunited. And for those who don't know, it's been a while since Jay's been featured on my channel. So older brother Jay, he's 30 now. I'm 28. We do have an older brother, Mike, also. He lives in Austin, Texas. He was living in New York for a while. He went to Albany Medical School, graduated medical college. Now he moved back to Austin, got a job, doing very well for himself. Jay is a phys ed teacher. And then we got Dad. You guys know Dad. He hasn't made an appearance in a while either. A lot of people have been asking, how's everything going?
It's going good.
Still training every day, pretty much?
Every day.
Training
better and better.
Every day
Healthier and healthier. No more medicine. Diabetes under control.
Off meds. Type 2 diabetic for how many years? 12 years. No medication. Goes to the gym every day. Goes on his lunch break at work. So lunch break is gym break. I mean, he's never come up with an excuse as to why he couldn't do something. So you guys, excuses are really bullshit. And you hear that said all the time, but it's true. Even Jay right here as a phys ed teacher, what's your day like hours? You leave the house
I get up at 4:15. I leave the house.
It doesn't get haircuts.
5:15. I usually get home around 6, and that's when I go to the gym.
Still makes time.
Shoulder day.
Genetics of peace. What pisses me off though is that, so like, come over here, shoulders. So, you look at the three of us. Aside from he just has a shoulder pump, but you see how lean he is. I get pretty lean. Look at the mass on Jay. Hold on. Hold on one sec. So his whole life, he's pretty much been the bigger one of us three, and just looks like a natural born football player. But your lifting consistency is non-existent. But he doesn't lift like consistently. He's blessed with genetics, he's strong, and when he does start lifting, everything just comes together. So goals, any specific goals?
Yeah, I really just started lifting because instead of looking to be a 30-year-old dad that feels like I'm 30 and not like I'm 40.
He is having a baby boy.
His wife is.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be weird.
So coming July 2016, there'll be another member of Fusaro Fitness. He'll just be like this big.
That's right. So we're extremely excited about
Grandpa.
that. Shredded grandpa. He's doing this because he's having a child. That is, I give the most respect to that. I think that's amazing. So we're trying to get him, back on the ball with everything. I wish we can get together more often. Everyone's so extremely busy with everything, but have some fun.
Oh yeah.
Right? Let's get it fun now. Yeah, we should do a
going through it till I got a deal. Now they talking about I knew it, but you wasn't it in the beginning. Nowhere to be found when I was down, but you show up when I'm winning. Left me to drown, now I'm swimming.